Thanks. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful. Oh.
I'm lucky. I'm an emotional person, so it brings some tears. These are some of the best moments of my life. Seeing my mom and dad together on their graduation day is really cool. They did so much for me to be here, so just to see some of these memories with all of us together, my family, is awesome, and it reminds me of how lucky I am. It was really a spiritual experience playing this season. It was between being on the field and being actually at the grave were the closest I felt to both of them by far. I think because they were so, especially my dad making me the athlete I am, we're just so integrated in this experience. So being on the field, I would forget that they weren't here because it felt like they were here.
I've always dreamed about going to Princeton University. Ever since I think like 4th grade when I first started being like aware of what college was. And I think that I was really spoiled too with visiting Princeton campus, and then, you know, every time I went somewhere else, I just was reminded as to how wonderful Princeton was. So my mom raised the 4 of us all by herself, and that's just been so inspirational for me, just seeing her an independent woman, and then just also, you know, she loves the sport too, and just seeing how competitive she is as well. And I think that's, you know, it's shaped all of us in different ways. For me, it made me a better fighter, I think, on this trip, but also, you know, the job's not done always. So I really appreciated that lesson from her.
But just looking at, like, to me, this kind of just screams family to me. Everybody involved kind of has played a huge role in my life, and everyone that's kind of pictured here has been super influential. And it's funny how it all kind of centers around Princeton here. I grew up wearing the Princeton sweaters. My dad obviously went here, he played here. So having that in my blood was definitely a factor throughout my life. Ever since we were little, playing together in the backyard or on each other's practice sheets, it was something we always wanted to do. We got a chance to do it a little bit in high school. We played on the same team. When I was a senior, he was a freshman, but a little bit different roles. He was still figuring his way out, figuring his game out. But now, when he was here, it was really cool finally being able to play on the same units and on the same lines, and being able to celebrate a lot of really exciting things together.
I think responding to that injury in my junior year was one of the hardest things I've faced as an athlete. I've had some other injuries, but I don't think I had anything so severe, and I don't think I'd ever felt so confident in myself as a player. So I think it was just hard to feel like you are starting to be, you know, the player that you visualize in your head all the time. You know, when you do the mental reps, like the player that you want to be, you're starting to be him, and then for that to be taken away. I'm actually going to remember this, I think, like for the rest of my life, but it was that night, a bunch of Princeton students, not really football players actually came with a sign to my room while I was just in such a bad space, and just to see, I think a lot of times it's hard to understand what it means to like put on the Princeton uniform and to feel like you're fighting for something bigger than yourself. But I think in that moment, it just meant so much to me that, I felt like I was seen, and I felt like I was doing something and giving back to the community.